Let's talk about the men everyone calls strong. Black men, immigrant sons, oldest sons, providers, the men who learned early on that being successful was safer than being vulnerable. The men people praise for carrying everything but rarely ask, who's carrying you? Because sometimes when people say he's strong, what they really mean is he doesn't complain, he always figures it out, he doesn't need much, he can handle it. But being strong all the time is not the same as being okay. For a lot of men, especially men of color, strength is not just a personality trait. It's a survival strategy. And survival strategies may help you get through life, but they can also keep you from fully living. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want more trauma-informed mental health content, especially through a first-gen, culturally responsive lens, with some humor because healing is hard enough. And as always, this is education, not therapy. A lot of boys are taught emotional restriction before they are taught emotional language. They hear things, man up, stop crying, don't be soft. You're the man of the house, handle it. So they learn that anger is allowed, silence is allowed, achievement is allowed, providing is allowed. But sadness, fear, loneliness, shame, need, those emotions start to feel dangerous. So boys become men who know how to work, protect, provide, and push through, but may not know how to say, I'm hurt, I'm overwhelmed, or I need help. And then we call that maturity. But sometimes what we call maturity is really a child who had to grow up too soon. For Black men, this pressure is even more layered. There's often pressure to be controlled in every space, controlled in tone, controlled in body language, at work, around authority, even when disrespected. Because being seen as too angry or too emotional or too threatening can have real consequences. Even their lives can be at stake. Many Black men learn to monitor themselves constantly. That kind of emotional control may look calm from the outside, but internally it can be exhausting. And for immigrant sons, there is often the added pressure of sacrifice. Your life can start to feel like proof that your parents' suffering was worth it. You may feel pressure to succeed, provide, make the family proud, send money, choose the right career, and never fail and never fall apart. So rest seems selfish. Failure seems shameful. Asking for help feels weak. Choosing yourself feels like betrayal. And for oldest sons, there's also the parentification. You may have been told you're the man of the house before you were old enough to understand what that meant. You became responsible, reliable, mature, the helper, the protector, the emotional backup parent. But when a child is praised for carrying adult weight, they may become an adult who does not know how to be carried. They know how to show up for everyone else, but they don't know how to let anyone show up for them. That is the burden of emotional invulnerability. It teaches men to hide their pain so well that even the people closest to them may not even know that they're struggling. Pain may show up as anger. Stress may show up as withdrawal. Sadness may show up as numbness. Anxiety may show up as control. Loneliness may show up as overworking. And because they never were taught how to name what they feel, they may only know how to say, I'm good. But I'm good can mean a lot of things. It can mean I don't want to talk about it. It can mean I don't want to explain it. And I don't trust anyone with this. It can mean I'm barely holding it together, but I don't want to be a burden. And if this is already sounding a little too familiar, go ahead and subscribe, because this channel is where we talk about the things people feel, but do not always have the language for, especially around trauma, culture, family roles, faith, relationships, and healing. The cost of always being strong is disconnection. Disconnection from your emotions, disconnection from your needs, disconnection from your relationships, and from your own body. Because what does not get expressed often gets stored. It can become resentment, burnout, irritability, depression, sleep problems, emotional distance, explosive anger, feeling alone even when surrounded by people. And that loneliness is real because being needed is not the same as being known. Being respected is not the same as being supported. Being admired is not the same as being emotionally safe. So when men struggle to ask for help, it is not always because they do not want support. Sometimes it's because needing support feels like failure. If your identity is built on being the strong one, then vulnerability can feel like losing your role. But healing does not mean you stop being strong. Healing means your strength becomes flexible. It means you can provide and receive, protect and be protected, lead and rest, be capable and still ask for support. It means learning to say more than I'm good. Maybe it starts with I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I feel pressure. I don't know what I need, but I know I'm not okay. I need some support. I need a minute. I don't want advice. I just need someone to listen. That is not weakness. That is emotional courage. And for the people who love these men, stop only praising them for what they can carry. Ask how they are doing and make room for the real answer. Do not mock vulnerability and then wonder why men shut down. Do not use their pain against them during conflict and then expect them to open up. Do not only call when you need something and then assume they are fine because they always answer. If we want men to be emotionally present, we need to create spaces where their emotions are not treated like an inconvenience, weakness, or danger. So the next time you call a man strong, ask yourself, do I mean he is emotionally healthy? Or do I mean he is suffering quietly without making anyone uncomfortable? Because a lot of Black men, immigrant sons, oldest sons, and providers are not lacking strength. They're lacking safe places to put the weight down. They are allowed to be more than what they provide, more than what they survive, more than what people need from them. You can be strong and still need rest. You can be strong and still need therapy. You can be strong and still cry. You can be strong and still need someone to ask, how are you really? Maybe the goal is not to stop being strong. Maybe the goal is to stop being strong alone. If this resonated with you, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs the reminder that they do not have to carry everything alone. And drop a comment. What is one thing men are taught to carry silently? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe for more trauma-informed mental health content through a culturally responsive first-gen lens with some humor because healing is already hard enough. And share this with a man who is always called strong but deserves support too. Bye.